So what is the derivative? Derivative again is the slope. So if we have f of x, the derivative will be the slope of that function, f of x. Okay? So let's do this example now. In this example, what we are given is f of x, and we want f prime of x by graphically. So how we can do that? Remember, what we said is that f of x is the slope. Okay, so let's do that. Let's analyze this graph. Let's first these two peaks, this peak and this peak. Here what we find, if we graph the slope of this curve, we just draw a tangent line to it. The slope of this is 0, and again slope of this line also will be 0. So that's the first step. Second step, here we notice here at this segment of f of x is increasing in values, it's going up. So this f of x is going up. Then at this segment from here to here, f of x is going down. And then from segment here to here, again, f of x is increasing in value, is going up again. Okay? So now let's try to graph its derivative. So let's take for this segment first. Let's graph it below. This is again x, and that's prime of x. So from here to here, what we notice is slope here is the steepest, and then here the slope is going down. It's like it's decreasing, but it's positive. So how we can graph it? Again, this is the slope. So think of the value of these tangent lines. Here, since it's the steepest, it will be the highest value. Okay, so the highest value will start from here and then we will go down. But then first, what I like to do is take these minimum and maximum point of f of x and try to find their values in here. Since we said that the slope at this point and the slope at this point is 0, what we can do is we know that the graph will intersect at the x-axis. And then here we say this is increasing, but here the slope started steeper and it's going down, so it's become less steep. So this will be like that. And then from here to here, what we say, this is decreasing. So what we said here, the slope here started to here at this point. At this point, the slope at this point is the steepest. What does that mean? But steepest, and it's negative. The slope here is negative. Okay? So it will be under the x-axis. Okay? And at this point, we said it's gonna be the steepest. So this will be something like that. And here, since the heat is decreasing, and then here the same thing, but it's going to 0 at this point in here. And then here again the slope started to be positive again. So here the value will be positive. So that will be the graph of alpha prime of x. So now what we have is we have a rule based on what we saw here. It says alpha prime of x is positive on interval then f of x is increasing on that interval. And it's the same thing, f prime of x is negative on interval, f of x is decreasing on that interval. And actually we can see that in these two graphs. Okay, so let's take, for example, the first statement. F of x will be positive on interval. F of x is increasing on that interval. So let's take an interval where f of x is increasing. For example, this segment in here. From here to here, f of x is increasing in value. Now let's go down. Let's check the value of f of prime of x. It's positive. And this is what exactly it says here. F of x is increasing on interval, which is this one, for example, then the value of its derivative will be positive, which is, you can notice here, it's above the x-axis. So this is our conclusion.